Tonight, investigators want to know who killed a woman and critically injured a child. The pair were shot Saturday in the Park Hill neighborhood. Good evening and thanks for joining us on the Night Team. I'm Paulina Butska. LMPD has yet to release names of the victims or whether they have any suspects. And while the family mourns one life and prays for that child, police are well aware of the troubling trend this case highlights. Chris Williams has a closer look on women in the crossfire in 2020.
30. That's how many women have already been killed in Jefferson County this year. The latest adds to a record-shattering homicide statistic that leaves advocates wondering what can be done to stem the violence.
The angered or enraged mindsets are very rampant right now, and they're younger than we've seen in previous years.
Flashing lights and crime tape. Christopher 2X has seen his share in 2 decades trying to bring peace.
The last 6 years have been an uptick that we just can't get away from.
No escaping 151 homicides, 556 people shot and wounded, stats that shatter hearts and the 2016 record. But the part that most impacts the Game Changers executive director as we near the holiday season is the number of women in the crossfire this year. At least 4 of those 30 women have died since November 2nd.
The cycle of anger has escalated, and the sanctity of life that at least you might have thought in previous years was at least on the table about women and children has totally been thrown out the door in 2020.
What do you blame that on?
More hardened hearts and enraged minds who don't care about who's in harm's way anymore. That's the only way you can nail it down to.
2X thought the statistic would nosedive with COVID-19 and a renewed focus on social justice. Instead, bullets have ripped through more neighborhoods, and he and others are left to ponder how to reach those most likely to take a life and whether intervening in high school or middle school will solve the problem.
That theory is almost thrown out the door a little bit. We have to start intervening at the elementary school level now, to be quite frank with you.
I asked whether he ever feels like throwing up his hands and giving up. 2X answered that's not an option. He encourages people to get more involved, especially with school and after-school activities, to become a positive example to those struggling, so that they might see the tragic domino effect that violent actions have. For the Night Team in Louisville, I'm Chris Williams.